Hey everybody, welcome back to part 3 in this video. This time I'm going to be doing the Wizards... I can never say that right. Weasley's Wizards Wheezes. There we go. I think that's right. If this audio sounds a little different, it's because it is. It seems that apparently on my last build I had to I had to go back and recharge the batteries for the microphone, and in the process of that, apparently I forgot to plug it back into the camera. So I recorded about maybe half of this video, well, at least this build of this building right here. I recorded most of it before I realized that it was missing. Que sera, sera. Okay, so, alright, so, I'm probably going to add some audio to this a little bit, just to kind of so you can hear some artificial re-recording of the, some of the sound effects of the plastic popping back and forth, but to kind of give it a little bit more sound, a little bit more depth, but we'll see what I can come up with there. So anyway, let's see, I'm working on, obviously the base, but I think that's, let's see, the big one is piece 2, and the things that I'm popping out the sides for right now are piece 10 and 11. It's going to be kind of interesting here to do commentary, because I don't want to keep talking the whole time. The whole point is just to, sit back and work on this puzzle instead of hearing me go on and on and on. So let's see. But I also feel a little bored just not doing anything here, just letting it happen. Yeah, so those just snap together. Not a big deal. But I have a cheap card table, so you gotta have a flat surface to make sure it works right. Keep in mind this foam, again, I keep saying this constantly, but this foam just bends so easily. I'm not having so much trouble as I had with the train, that these are going together relatively well, but there are a couple that I bent pretty bad, and I just didn't mention it as I was doing it. Just kept moving forward, but nothing catastrophic at all. Let's see. I could probably just add sound effects. It's probably not. Alright, well there's the base. Now I'm looking for, let's see, what is it? 31, 29, 38, 33, 34, and 36, I think. So I think it's just the toys and some of the jokes that'll fit on a shelf. Because 34 is the let's see, it's either 25 or 26, one of the two there. Those are going to fold in half because they're going to be double-sided. Not really sure why, because once you get them in there, you can't see the other side. But maybe it's because of you might be able to sneak a peek through the window, because there are so many windows. Me watching this, and it feels like I go so much faster when I'm actually building this, but going back and doing commentary for it, it feels like it's in slow motion. I mean, I hate to say that, but it does. I guess because I'm not working on it anymore, and I already kind of know where I'm going with it. Let's see, what else is that? Okay. It's interesting going back and watching my hand gestures too. I've, with not really knowing what I was actually saying, everything seemed so important, and I was probably just saying, "Hey, look, it's flat." But I don't know if it particularly matters which direction those things kind of point. The shelves of the toys and stuff. I don't think they get in the way either way. So here's me not realizing that they fold because I didn't see the bend at first. Yep, and there I am realizing it folds because it was way too tall. Alright. And these are the same, so I guess technically you could put the green one on the outside and then the orange one in the center. I guess just, but with the green in the center, it actually helps break up the color once it's all put together. So just keep that in mind. These vital pieces of information here that are just critical to finishing the build. There, it wasn't exact to the instructions, so I wanted to make sure that I didn't find something later, but again, as long as it's on that footprint, it should be fine. Alright, so that goes off to the side because now I have to build the all the parts that I had mentioned before that apparently I moved beyond. So now it's 31, 29, 36, all the shelf pieces. Before it was like 50, 30, the Weasleys, and 48. So even in my commentary, I'm getting it backwards. Let's see. Trucks going by, you can hear all that vibration. Oh no, that's a very big plane apparently. Okay. There's an airport about 10 miles from here, and I guess I'm on a glide path. Okay, so here's the shelf. I say number 34. And let's see. Let's say most of the stuff doesn't really matter where it goes because it's only just one little tab. So I guess technically you could rearrange it as you want to because I don't think anything gets in the way as long as it doesn't, extend past the railing, the edge where the railing is going to go. It doesn't really matter. All right, except for that long piece. That long piece is going to have to go on the side. So there goes the motorcycle. Alright, so there's this little signpost that hangs underneath right there. So that's number 36, that finger pointing. Okay, so I think that's done there. So they're going to work on the next one, which is actually... Nope, we need the rails. We need these rails. These are actually kind of cool. Again, they're really delicate. Keep in mind that most of this cardboard stuff is going to pop out. So it looks like railing. So just be careful with that. Pop, pop, pop. Should have gotten a smaller pair of tweezers. The pair that I have here, they're too big. And they're not jeweler's tweezers either. They're regular tweezers. So I would recommend getting a jeweler's tweezer because jeweler's tweezers doesn't have those I don't know what else to call them, just lines, the grip lines or whatever inside of them. Jewelers are empty; they're flat, so that way they don't damage the jewelry. In this case, you can grab onto something a little too tight, and it will leave an imprint in the picture. So, if you have those grip marks on your tweezers, just be careful. I guess it's small enough though that doesn't really matter. Alright, so there's me trying to figure out. I think these actually ended up going, because almost everything was the sort of the puffy side, the first cut side goes on the outside, but some of these required the bend to actually have the flat end exposed. So that was a little weird. I don't know if that was the only way to do that, or, you know, because there'd be a piece upside down or something like that, or, you know, having to be printed backwards. So something tells me that was just all they were left with being able to do. But it's not really a big deal though, because those just pop in there. Attached to the staircase is kind of cool, but I still think the staircase should have been one whole piece, and just you know, but I guess they were just trying to save space. Alright, so now I'm going on to the top level, I think, which is number 35 right there. And then eventually it's going to be 4738, I think, or 30. 36 maybe. I can't really tell. 49 and 46 actually. So that'll be, yeah, 36. And again, that's just some basic signage and more practical jokes for the shelves. Let's see. I'm not sure why it's taking me this long to figure out where to put them in. I guess I'm just trying to figure out which side they go on. Oh yeah, okay, I got the wrong part. I read like three instructions in or whatever. Yeah, I was wondering why it didn't fit or didn't look right. Yeah, there we are. Yep. Man, these signs go up underneath. Boop. Alright, there's that. Then I present, ta-da. Alright, so now I'm gonna have to get 21, which is the biggest piece of the whole thing here. Oh, no, I still keep jumping the gun. It's 20 and 23. It's the railing for the top. Man, oh man. I'm not very good at this commentary thing. Apparently I've forgotten everything that I've done. And this was not that long ago. I actually put these together all at the same time, but had staggered the editing. Alright, well, let's see. The railing up on top is actually pretty easy. It's pretty straightforward. One of them only goes in one spot. In hindsight, it might have been better and easier to put the signs that hang from the bottom on last, as opposed to first, because I kept running into them with my fingers. But you know, obviously I still got it done, so it's not a big deal. Okay, so this next step is actually going to be the number 21, the big one, the main walls, which is going to have a crazy ton of windows that have to pop out. see, and then after that I have to do 54 and 56, which are, I think, bookshelves of stuff. This outside wall here is probably the most fragile of all of the pieces so far, because by the time that you get all of the windows popped out, there's not a whole lot left. So it's actually pretty easy to bend and twist. And there I go, hitting the microphone. It's been raining where I live, so it's like my sinuses are killing me. Stopped up nose, so I'm probably like very nasal today. The show must go on. Man, like 4 hours later, I popped these things out. Doo-da, doo-da. Should have gotten something to drink. I have nothing to drink around me. Not that you care, because that's not what you're here to watch or find out about. Like, oh, he's thirsty, who cares? Let's see. Wow, how much of this stuff do I have left? Let's see, there's a lot of windows. Lots of windows. Lots of windows. Yeah, that little bit there below the door, be careful of that. I almost ripped the paper when I was pulling that off because it's so small. It's just one of the tabs where the bookshelves are gonna go through. It's like, it was a little finicky. Finally, there it is. Okay. There's so much leftover trash from that. Look at that. Good Lord. I guess technically you could use that in a diorama for like, rubble, brick, stuff like that. If you so were inclined to. Oh, sorry, that's my phone. I thought I had that muted. Alright, I say that these are just the simple little bookshelves that are just going to go on. Oh, let me put that on mute so that way you don't It makes all kinds of noises. Alright. Now, I also... No, I was going to say you could probably hold off on some of these, but because the floor is so busy, it's going to be really hard to actually put any of this stuff back on later in the game. So the order for the most part is actually pretty good. But because it's going to get a little sneaky. I was also really careful because the windows, as I say, could very easily pop and snap off, so I wanted to make sure that I didn't put too much pressure as I was putting all the stuff on the walls. Obviously all these shelves are going to be because there's so many angles on the wall. I don't really have a really good sort of like start in the center, work your way out. I would just say, yeah, get those tabs, get one side of tabs in, and then wrap it around for that last set of tabs, or do this tab first and then wrap it around. But there's not really I didn't find a very easy way of doing it because it's a very snug fit no matter what you do. But I guess if all else fails, start in the center and work your way out, and that way it might not be as bad to have to piece it all together. I say having a little bit of trouble, and with these tabs, it's always a good idea to pinch them from the outside. Pinch them, so this way it'll kind of pull them out and not damage anything in the process. Takes a little bit longer than I was expecting, but I guess I just keep double checking to make sure something doesn't pop out. See, there I am again with the tabs. Alright, and I think once that's done... Okay, there we are. So, well, there we very quickly are. The next one is going to be the roof and the stairs that are going to take me forever to do. I very vividly remember these stairs. Oh boy. This is why I think that the stairs should be one piece. But as I say, I may have said that a little earlier with no context because all the stuff is recording the audio out of order. Because why not make it harder for me? But okay, so let's see. The stairs are going to be number 3, number 24, number 6. Those are going to go together, and then 19, 22, and 27 are going to go together. They're going to be just the straight staircase that's going to go on the first floor, whereas the sort of the one that turns into a 90 and then goes into like a 60, that's the former one there. That's the one that's going to cause the problems. And I love that the staircase, the one for the bottom, says like more magical misdeeds or something like that on the way up. I think one of the pictures that I took actually has it pretty clear at the end of the video. Let's see. Okay, so railing time. Spend about an hour popping this stuff off. I'm still working on the railing. There's just so many of these things. I think probably 50% of the time spent on these models is just popping the tabs out so you can fit them together. It's very time consuming. Very time consuming. Only because they're so fragile. If they were a lot more sturdy, I don't think it'd be a big deal, but alright. Finally. Okay. I can put this together. Alright, yeah, you can put the straight staircase together pretty quickly and just put it off to the side because I ended up putting this on last. I don't know if it's important or not, mainly because I forgot to put it on. It wasn't some great tactic of mine, but it went on really easy with no nothing blocking the way. So, I'm not sure because it doesn't actually attach to the upper level. It just attaches to the base of the base plate. So, but I never had it. Pop off or anything. Okay. I've been out with such ease thinking, oh, this is going to be a cinch. Oh, it is so not a cinch. Putting the little piece together is easy, but putting it on the model itself is a whole different ballgame. Yeah, I know kind of where to put it. The railing's got to attach to the other side of that staircase up the top, and then the other railing has to pivot around to fit on the thing. And there's just no room to work in this situation. I guess technically, maybe, I don't know if this would work or not in hindsight, you could to the lower part of the screen right now, that side of the building, you could probably pop that off and bring it down, maybe give you a little bit more room. But if you have smaller hands than me, it probably won't be as big a deal. But I had a really hard time with this. Every time I got one end in, the other side would, ooh, sorry, I just keep kicking the mic. But every time I get one side on, I end up popping off the other side, and then the thing I had the most go wrong was that when that staircase folds up to create that angle, it was pushing against itself, which was causing it to bend out and pop back off of the side all the time, constantly. There was just no clearance for it. At one point I thought I was doing it wrong, I had it upside down or something, but there's just no other way of doing it. So I just think that when they cut it, the angle of the stair is not going to be, it's greater than 90 degrees. So it's pushing into that foam and causing a problem because of that. And this took, man, it felt like an hour. It wasn't an hour, but it felt like an hour. I was highly upset. I think inevitably I ended up just moving on because I go back to this a couple different times. And if you notice, there's the staircase that I've completely forgotten about. So this piece is number 8. I had this idea that maybe putting number 8 down there to finish out that handrail would actually prevent as I was trying to fix the corner, trying to prevent it from popping back off. I was wrong. it maybe it helped. I'm not really quite sure, but all I do know is that it took a lot longer with or without it. And typically it would pop that railing off as well. So I just kept putting that back on. Okay, sorry for the yawning. That there was a sign on the second floor that, or no, sorry, on the first floor. That kept getting in the way every time I went to get my fingers back there to get an angle. I think it was piece number. I don't know what piece number it is, but it's the sign or whatever hanging upside down on the first floor. I had to get rid of that because it was driving me crazy. I think it's the balloons. Yeah. So, as I say, this is taking a while. And I admit, I'm almost happy that there was no audio for this because I have no idea what I was actually saying at the time. But I had to cut all that out. See, it's like every time I do it, it's like it keeps popping right back out. You can't. I know you can't see it very well, but trust me, it is popping out. Hopefully, you guys won't have anywhere near as the problem. I think would have been really great had it been where the staircase actually went into a tab, as opposed to just having this little sort of wrench shape that just kind of slid onto the floor, because there wasn't a whole lot of room, so it would just constantly bend those pieces back and forth, and it was just so hard to do it. And if it had just like had like a little tab that pulled up where you could attach them to the thing, it would have been so much easier. But they chose not to do that. And there's our noisy neighbor back at it. Upstairs, hardwood floors. It's just everything is amplified. Sounds like everybody keeps falling down, but I'm sure they're just moving a chair out of the way or something. I am almost done with this. You know, still causing problems, but I was spending way too long just trying to get this one staircase attached. So I'm hoping that very soon here I will have abandoned trying to get it any better and moving on. But it looks like not just yet. I say, I certainly hope that no one else has as much trouble with that staircase as I had. Um, it was a nightmare. It kept pulling apart every single time, and the little wrench tabs or whatever that were on the bottom of the staircase just constantly slipped. Eventually, I got it sort of flattened out and somewhat stationary there. It just took forever. It was very, very, very brittle, and did not want to accidentally pull something away this time around. So I was actually trying to be a bit more careful when I was from the future of this build. And here's me pointing it out. Not that you couldn't already figure out that for the last 5 minutes or whatever, I was just stuck on this one little bitty part. Alright, see, here's me pontificating on, this is a very important staircase. See over here, it's blah, 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 blah. Point. Alright, and then finally, I just shake it a little bit, and then I say, okay, it looks good. Okay, so now I gotta put all this together. I gotta put that sign back in from the first floor that I took off, and then now I gotta. So here's the balloons. Wow. Okay. And now I gotta put it all together here. Some of these things are very, they have so much reinforcement because of the stuff on the walls. It was pretty easy to just match one tab, and then the rest of them just kind of went into place. There is a window that has a bend mark, like maybe a 1/16 of an inch from the actual fold. It'll flatten out, and if you don't watch it, it will pop the material for the print work on it off. If I said that right. Alrighty. I think I'll stop pointing, and eventually, there we go. I see the fact that I had a staircase. Best way of doing this is just to put the bottom in and then rock it down. Actually, no, I take that back. I tried to do that. It didn't work. So I had to kind of lean in the staircase a little bit and then kind of rock it into its seat. Wasn't a big deal, but it was just one more thing to have to be concerned with. I find that I have to pull that out now, so that way I can get my big fingers in there to actually put it together. Normally I always say the top first and the bottom, sort of fit them into a slot and then rock the other ones back in. But in this case, I ended up, because there is no top slot, I just put the tabs into the floor for the support without worrying about anything else. Alright, so now finally it's going to be the sort of Mechanical Man outside. So I think it's 57, 58, and then it's going to end up being 55, 51, 12, and 41. But this time around it's just the hand holding the hat and some sort of weird shape that looks like the Roman numeral 2. Well, it looks like the Roman numeral 2 once it's actually unfolded. There's that Roman numeral 2 that has popped out there. Alright, I think it's going to be, if memory serves, it's going to be 41, which is the base. I think the base is purple or something, or orange. It's right there, but I just can't see it. There we go. And then I'm going to realize here in a second that I'm going to have 12. Oh, there's the base. I guess the other one was 12. Okay. Nope, that's 12. 12 has the slot through it. I think there's just 2 or 3 tabs in each one of the bodies here too, with nothing in the rest of them. dropping things. So that's got to fold up. Be very careful because this is pretty much the hinge for the entire arm system. It is literally held up by one little piece of paper that is glued to the back of the foam. And it's a small piece, and it's very tempting to keep moving his hat off the dude's head, but don't do it often, or you'll break that. It is just cardboard paper after all, and a little bit of foam. Alright, so that's the middle piece, because I'm thinking, oh, this is going to be easy. Okay, so don't put the other piece on. That's just silly, because there's just just don't do it. Put the base and stuff like that on first, and then, because you're going to see it here in a second, it keeps folding backwards and whatnot. Yeah, because here I am going, well, how do you get this on? Because I've decided to put the back on already. Or the front, I guess, in in this case. But, here we go. So, I get that on there, finally realizing that, let's see, do I have the base yet? Probably not, no, because I'm probably going to take it all back off here in a second. No, okay, good. Drops down. So, I did that front body once I got the armature figured out and to make sure it worked. And then I'd come back and then drop the base on last, because that center column needed to be in there first. And there are no springs. It's ultimately bouncing back simply because of the way the way it's made. Just got drifted off there for a second. Started thinking about something else entirely. Yeah, here I am pulling it back off because there are two tabs on the body, and I realized I had only attached them to one of the tabs. They need to go on both the tabs. I'd like to say that that I was working on this super late, but in fact it was the fact I was relatively early recording this in the morning. Alright, now that very simple thing could have been done about 5-6 minutes ago, but whatever. Alright, there's that. The next one's gonna get, that's relatively simple for the most part, I guess, but ooh, look, yeah, I couldn't picture where the head was gonna go. Alright, now it is number 43, 59, and 13. So that right there is 43. And probably looking for 13, which is going to be like half a disc. But I guess there's so many windows to go ahead and pop the windows first. I'm not sure why I did this in this order, but did I mention there's a lot of windows? Alright, so that's gonna roll. These are the windows that are gonna cover the tall guy. And there are a few slots that have to point up that are going to be able to do that. Now, I don't know if you can see this from this direction right here, but I actually had a piece of the artwork pop off on me. You know, just kind of bent up. It was right there at the little bit of window work there. It wasn't anything major. I just I fixed it pretty quick, but yeah, see that. So now there's a long tab and a short tab, and I'm not really sure why. I think I'm looking at it, kind of seeing what I need to do about that. The tab that broke off, I guess. Like, I'll move on. And obviously the little the dude's head. Pardon me. Yeah, those slots point up. So I am about to try and wrap the window around this thing. I do it a couple times and I do it wrong. So don't start on the side, start in the middle, because the as long as the tabs are up, there's only one way to do it, but you have to literally be a twist this around to be able to get that to work. And I started in the center, so and I have to, and the reason is that it creates that tension on the foam and stuff like that if you're doing it the way I did the first time. Alright, finally got that right. The tab is coming out the one side, the right side, and then the elbow is coming out the other. Seemed like a relatively easy design, but for whatever reason it just took a little bit of time to do it. Alright, and then yeah, that gotta come back enough to be able to put the base on there, and then the head is just gonna attach to the slot. No, wrong way. I think it's printed on both sides that it's his face. Could be wrong though. Could be face on one side. Alright, so it doesn't obviously actually touch the hat or the head, but it is just enough off to give it the illusion. Alright, so after a minute here, I figure I'll stop admiring it and try to point out these probably pretty obvious things. Rabbit, no rabbit. Rabbit, no rabbit. Okay, and say, through this whole video part, I've been saying don't do that often, and all I've been doing is doing it. So you gotta put that aside, and we are going to now be looking at the windows that are gonna go on the outside. So I think that's number 42 and 44. So yeah, so yet again there's gonna be some pieces that have a ton of window things to pop out, whatever they're called. I'm also going to be searching for 16, 17, and 18. There's 2 on each. And they're all right there in the rectangle area. Keep them separate. There's a 16, 17, 18 on one side, 16, 17, 18 on the other. I think all of these pieces, even though they look really good, you have to be careful because they all, are supposed to create a circle. So the detail work that's in there makes them really, really, really possible to mess them up. Now I had to skip through that because I think at that point I had reached when I realized the audio. So I think I'm going to switch it over to the audio now here. Alright. So this is going to go here. Just noticed that my audio was actually not connected. Something had happened to it and it got screwed up. So I'm going to have to put music or something like that on to make it work until later. I'm not really quite sure what to do. I think I was going to edit my first video and then I decided to do the build instead, and then I was so frustrated with all the sound going on between helicopters, between loud cars, between my neighbors, that I wasn't paying attention enough. I wasn't paying enough attention. And I made a rookie mistake. But it is what it is. I'll have to just edit it out later, or put some music on it or something. I'm not sure. Alright, so 17 goes on the very bottom, 18 in the middle, 16 at the top. Alright. these are a little tight. I mean, it's tough to get on, being right there in the center. That, and then making sure this goes on the right way. Actually, I'll tell you what, let me put, I'm having a lot of trouble with the edge here, so let me do that one first. And then yeah, that seemed to go a lot better. Alright, so 17 at the bottom. Alright, and then we do the top one. Seem to be having pretty good luck that way. Okay, this one's a little bit easier to actually get on there. Maybe after all of that, I've just finally gotten used to figuring out how to do it. Alright, there's that. Okay, so now let us install this, which is just going to go in from the multiple tabs. Actually, I'm liking this. This is pretty cool. Alrighty. Alright, so got that. And now I need 937. And 37. 37 right here. All right, got those two now. And let's see, where do they go? 37 go right here, maybe? No. 37 goes right there, I think. Number 9 goes over here. Okay. Alright, I think that's the way that goes. And I need number 45. 45 right here. it's going to wrap around here. Okay, there's that. Alrighty. Complicated inside. I didn't have anything break, did I? No. So far, so good. Alrighty. Alright, so that's gonna go off this. Oh, wait a minute. Alright. I'm always skipping steps. I need this roof piece here, which is fine, I think, because, you know, honestly, yeah, it's not a big deal. Okay, so I have a couple extra pieces here I need to figure out. So I have another hand, and then I have another witch's sign, which I feel like it just goes on the other side. But that is done. And so here's a street light. And then I have the chimney pieces. 4, 5, and 7. 4, 5, and 7. Come on out. And then that's that. Alrighty. So let's see. Always doing everything out of order. Not having sound really threw me off big time. Alright, so that bends down first, and then why do I have 2 of these? Okay, so that is going to come like that. Okay, that's pretty easy. Okay, so that is going to go there. Only one way to put that in, which is nice. Alright, and then we just have the tabs of the extra stacks just on the side, which is pretty easy. Alright, very simple. Okay, so now we're going to come up here and fit this in. So because I need to fix the camera a little bit, but because I have this already closed up, I'm just gonna kind of do this, and I have this tab here, so I have to slide it in. But because it's foam, it's not a big deal. Alrighty. I do have, what is this tab up here? Oh, I know. 32. That was the finger. So let me try this again. Take this off, slide this out, put that on there. And then let's see if I can get that in there. That on there. Yeah, way in the back there's that finger pointing down that you can that's really silly because it's covering up the candy from the other side. So to be honest with you, I'd almost, you know what? I don't like that back there. I'm gonna take it off. Yeah, that's dumb. I don't like that. This way you can actually see the candy and stuff back there. This is blocking everything. Maybe if it wasn't so tall. So I'm throwing that away. I don't want that. Alright. So now if we have the witch on here, we get the witch on the other side. Alright. And then we have the one slot here for this. And we're done. We are finished. So yes, we're done. So there's the inside. As it wraps around and makes that. And then obviously this still works. But again, it's one sheet of paper holding it together, so don't do that often. Okay, quality Quidditch supplies. Alright, number 1. And number 14. Sure it doesn't matter. Looks like it's the same size. So, 41, 41, right here, 34, 34, 34, right there. 52, right here. Well, this one actually says Harry Potter on it. Harry Potter. Number 42, right there. Okay, that'll be that for the time being. Okay. All right. So this is going to go right there, maybe? No. It goes inside that and inside that. More helicopters. All right. Like that, and then this little, the snitch, the golden snitch that's on top. Alrighty, so lining this up. Okay, so this thing is going to go right there. Okay, and then this thing is going to go right here. I'm going to assume Harry Potter's going to go facing the inside. Not quite sure why. Must be like a third year decoration when Harry was at the top of his Quidditch game. Okay, so now we need 9, 10, and 54. So 9, 10, and 54. 54, okay. Alright. I was wondering when Hermione was going to show up. So we have Draco, Harry, and Hermione. Alright. I feel like, I don't know. It's, yeah, I guess this is really the only significant place she's at other than the Weasleys, and that's only for a couple scenes, so I guess she's got to be somewhere. So, although Ron's not in here, so yeah, I don't know. Okay, so we have a Harry Potter who's going to go right here. Turn that around. And then Draco is going to go right beside of him, and I guess they're in the middle of getting ready to fight. And Hermione is going to be over here behind the counter. Yeah, it looks like maybe second or third year Hermione. Actually, it looks like first or second year Hermione, and maybe third or fourth year. Oh well, doesn't matter. All right, so here's that. I think that is right. All right, so 35, which looks like the Nimbus. Yeah. Alright, there's the Nimbus 2000. Okay, so that's first year. Alright, 36, 36, 37, 38. Oh, right there. And a nice grouping. Good. 30 and 31. There's 31 and 30, which is telescopes. Telescopes. In Quidditch? That would be astronomy. I don't know why that would... Okay, whatever. I would think that would be something more like different, like beater bats or something. I don't know, something. I don't know. Alrighty, so there's that, and then that. Alright, and then it's going to go on number 32, which is right here. Is going to go right. Okay, so this one is going to go right there. And that is wrong. Okay. What? Hold on. Do I have the right one? No, okay. Yeah, that's it. That's the one with all four sides. So the tab goes there. Okay, so let's head it backwards. Okay, there's that. And the table goes on top. Alrighty, and then to hold the nimbus. Dun dun dun. Alright, there's that. And then this thing goes on over here against the wall. Alright, and then the astronomy equipment goes on top of it. No idea. No idea. Alrighty. 24, 25. 24, 25, and 29. Right here. So I think 25. Yeah, 25 is the shorter one. So it goes right here. And then 24 in front of the nimbus. And then the stairs right here. There's that. Nifty. Alrighty. So we have 2, 3, and 4. 2, 3, and 4. 2, 3. Okay, here's 3. 4. And 2. Oh, 2's right here. It's attached to the base. Alright. Need to eat soon. I'm gonna make myself a burger, I think. Alright. So that they're gonna go on the outside. Alrighty. That's just like that. Big picnic table. Alrighty. So now I need 46. 46 over here. Alright, 43 right there. I need 44 right there. 45 right here. Very nice, all together. 55 and 57. 55 and 57. And you didn't buy school supplies and quality Quidditch. Those are regular school robes. I don't think. Oh, did they buy? Were there? No, that was a whole other store. There weren't. It was like it was a place just to get your school robes and stuff. I think. It's been a while, but I'm pretty sure they're just sort of combining a bunch of stores together. I guess because maybe in the movies, the Quidditch store was like one scene, I guess, from the outside of the store. But they could have made it up, I guess. I mean, there's enough Quidditch out there to go, but whatever. All right, so 43 is right here, and 45 is going to connect to it. All right, and then this is going to go in here, and then this is going to go here. Have that hanging up, and then let's see. I believe it's going to go right here with a tab on the outside, and then this comes around. I guess it just connects to the sides here, so connect to the side, connect to the side. Come around, connect to this piece, and this piece. And there's just a tab here to connect that. Alright. There's that little thing there. Alrighty. So F, oh, let's see. Now we need number 23. I would like to see them do a Hogsmeade of this in the same way. And honestly, if they don't do it, I think I might do it myself. These are nifty. I like these little sort of exaggerated versions of the houses, or the buildings, I should say. And so, like, some Hogsmeade buildings would be kind of cool. I think so. Let's see, I might have to think about that. So, alright, so this thing is going to go in here. Like so. Nifty. Alrighty, so now we're going to... Number 6. Yeah. So this is quality Quidditch, which is obviously, I guess that robe is really, they kind of wear that in Quidditch, so I guess that's right. So they would have that. I still don't know about the telescope though, that doesn't make sense. And the banners don't look right here either. I'm not up on this, but I don't know. That doesn't look like Hufflepuff to me, but I don't know. And Ravenclaw is purple and gold. I don't know. That let's see. I'm not an expert on that, so maybe it is, but. Maybe it's based on the book more so than the movie. I don't know. Alright, so that's just going to go here. Right, and then this piece is going to go... Actually, let me just do this one at a time here. So this piece is going to go in here, and in here, in here, and in here. And completely block the window. Well, not necessarily block it from the inside. From the outside, it hits right against the window pane. So So that's a little silly. Alright, so now with that in here, I can make that fit in. Yeah, there we go. Easy peasy. Okay, and then this thing goes in the bottom. Okay. Huh, so far that's the easiest one. Alright, now we close this up. Alright, you gotta kind of pull it up a little bit and get it in there. Just a little finagling. Oh, okay. Alright, that's got that. Not so bad. Okay. Now we're going to put this on the base and hope that I got the base right. It looks like I did indeed. Oops. But that little piece in there did not fit into, there we go. Yeah, that kind of came out. Good to go. All right, that's in there. All right. Now, 2 number 20s. Oop, right here. 20, 20. 2 number 19s, right here. 2 19s. And then 53 and 56. 53 and 56. Where are they? I'm not quite sure what they are. 53 are gloves, and 56 is a, oh, what's that thing that makes your voice louder? Can't remember. Megaphone, basically. Heck of a display. Just one big pair of mittens. Alright, so they're going to go in the front windows here. So, mittens are going to go over here on the right side of it. Slightly difficult. Here, well, oops. Get that on there. Get that on there. Seat that back in there. Well, while I have that off, I guess I'll put these two on here. Might even be a better idea anyway to do that. This way you don't have nearly as much to have to work around. Let's see. It's gotta go in there, and I gotta get that situated in there. Come on now. Bend. Ladder will help keep it kind of in there, but it takes a minute to get it in there. Alrighty. So this is gonna go in here, bottom first, and look at that. It keeps coming out. I'm not sure why, but that's a pain. Alright, so first, those tabs gotta come in a little bit. Alright, so that's gonna go just like that. Alrighty. So bend those tabs. Alright. Get that on there. Get that in there. Okay. There's that. Alrighty. So now we're looking at number 26. 58, which is a sign. 28, another window. 27. 27 over here. So we have 27, 26, 28, the sign, so 2, 4, that's 4, okay. Kept thinking I was missing one there. Not that I would ever miss a page or a step along the way. Never. Never. I'm very good at reading instructions. Okay. I don't think that this is actually connected, so let's do 27 first, which is just going to go down here to bottom, right? yell at him. And then... we'll do the Quidditch. Those tabs bend in a little bit. Alright, so let's try that again. Oh, I just noticed, that's cool. There's a little Sirius Black poster, which then puts this, continuity problem, So we have the Nimbus 2000 in here. That's from the first movie. Sirius Black is from the third movie. The Nimbus 3000 was out by that time, I think. And then we have on this side, we have the Quidditch World Cup poster, Dumbledore, Daft or Dangerous, and The Boy Who Lived, which was, I think those are from the third one. Yeah, I think these are from the third movie as well, but the Quidditch World Cup is what? 4, I think? I can't remember when the Quidditch World Cup was. It was after the Goblet of Fire, right? Yeah, the Quidditch World Cup is like Half-Blood Prince, I think. Something like that. I don't know. I can't remember. Continuity. Okay, anyway. Alright, so on this side, we are going to hang this. Oh, hang on. I guess we gotta put I got distracted. Now we'll put this window up. Yeah, that was a lot easier doing it that way. And then, boom. There it is. There's the other window. The little bay window. Alright. So now we need number 11. Number 11. Number 13. Number 12. Let's see, we need 4 number 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2. Actually, we need 5 number 5s. 5, right there. And then we need all that. And then we need number 7 and 8 right here. And right here. I love it when they're together. And number 33, 39, and 40, which is obviously on the other. Spoke too soon. 33, 39, and 40, which are technically connected. But are they supposed to be? Okay, no, they come apart. Alright, so individual pieces. Alright, so okay. Now, so these are going to go, these are the tops of the windows, so they're going to go just in the top of the window. got the eyebrows on the windows. Okay. And now we have the long piece. Okay, and there's imaging on here. Which side does this go on? Okay. Double lines go at the top. So this will go above that on the tabs that came through from the double tabs. And then those will stick to those, which are barely coming out. That doesn't, those tabs weren't long. It's not. Oh. Alright, backing up. Back up. So apparently there is a specific side that these things go on. All right. Well, no, they don't. They are the same. See, I thought the tabs were supposed to be longer on one side than the other, but they seem like they're both the same. Nope, they are. Okay. Wow. Okay. So you're gonna have to look at these and measure. See how they're not fitting there completely? They're a little bit larger. Well, are they, or are they just foam is bent? I don't know. Whichever ones look longer, have those go out the outside. Otherwise, I just don't think these things are really that big. Well, actually, yeah, because see, they're sticking out further than they were before. So yeah, I guess there is some sort of specific size, so just keep that in mind. Wasn't a hard fix, but still. Yeah, okay. So now they're on there. So these should fit a little bit better. Yeah, see, these fit on there now. But they don't line up. Alright, so the front picture has the double sort of bar at the top, right? At the top of it. However, these are specific. Wait a minute, hold on. Let me just think here. Hang on. they fit here. Yeah, okay. They'll go at the top. They're the same size, but they're in different, the holes are in different spots, so you gotta make sure that they're going the right direction. And they're in the right. That way, they'll fit and match up here in the corner. There we go. Okay. A little confusing there for a second for me, but I figured it out. Okay. So now, seven is going to go right here. No, 7 is not going to go there. 7 is going to go above the windows. Okay. And then 8, yeah, 8 is going to go the marquee above it. Okay. And then these roof pieces are going to go, so 33 is going to be the little grooves go closer to the center, I think. So let's put this one first. Alright. Now 39 is going to be on the left. And a tab that's not really big enough for it. Alright. There's that. And then put that in the wall first. And then kind of finagle that down. Alright. Flat roof is not very effective. But whatever. Okay. So because all the water is just going to catch and just stay on there, right? Shouldn't they have been at an angle or something? All right, whatever. I need 420, oh no, 221s. These are just lights. Okay. 22 on the right. 21 on the left. I'm not sure there's actually any difference in these at all. They all look exactly the same. Yeah, exactly the same. Alright, but 21 on the left. Lights go up. Alright. Same thing here. Let's go up. Alrighty. So, and I need 59. 59. It's just a sign that says Quidditch. I'm just going to go right there. Not even quality Quidditch, just Quidditch. Alright. And now, let's see. We need roofs. Roofs. We need 16, 17, 2 18s, and 15. Alright, and that is empty. Alright. So these little dormers here. Alright. So we're gonna have an 18 go in here. And then come down. Super simple. Let's see. Alright, there's that. And then there's only one spot for these things to go. Twist them in a little bit. Do those first. And then that one. And then kind of rock it in. Alright. It is not in there very well, so it's in there good enough. Alright, so now this is going to go on. Interesting. See, does this go on one specific way? Alright, probably want to get your fingers in there and then fancy globe. So we have 51, and of course they're all different numbers, because why wouldn't they be? 58, 48, 49, which is apparently, oh, there we go, 50, another 47, and another 48, and that's done. So these will pop out very carefully. Pop out. Alrighty, so we're going to take the round globe, we're going to put a 47 right here, and then a 47 right here, and then we're going to put a 48 in the back. Another 48 in the back, put diagonal there. And then we're going to put 50 in that back there, which They all look exactly the same. I don't know why they're different numbers. And then, except for this front one, which has the thing in the front, or the thing on top, it's going to go across, right, and become this fancy little ornament that is going to go in the center of this. Which wasn't as hard to put in there as I had thought. And I believe that is it. So here is quality Quidditch. And pretty nifty for the most part. Alrighty. And that's that. And so let's see, we have, for this one we have this, and we have this one right here. All right, and we are done now. So here is the Quidditch shop. So, you know, it's relatively simple for the most part, but I still really like it. Not quite sure why Hermione is in here. I know she only goes in there like one time to meet Harry or something. I don't know. I guess it doesn't really make any difference. I'm a little curious as to the school stripes on the back of that wall. I don't know. Maybe they're right. I feel like they're kind of wrong. I don't know. But this is kind of simple. This was probably the easiest one to build. There's not much to it. I think maybe because, you know, there's just not a whole lot of stuff. I don't even think we go in this shop. I think we just look in the window in the first movie, if I'm correct. So, you know, or maybe Harry visited one time for robes. I don't know. I can't remember. But I know, I guess we don't really shop in here all that much. So, I don't know why they didn't do the bookstore. I would have thought the bookstore would have actually been a much more appropriate one, seeing as how you could have had so many extra characters. So I don't know. I might have to think about building. I like these so much. I'm thinking about designing a few myself. I'm thinking with all of the extra texture that's already available on here, I could probably whip up something relatively quickly. But I'm thinking about doing the bookstore and maybe a couple other things. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'm still trying to figure out how to do this really thin foam and make it to where people can make it themselves at home. But I don't know. So anyway, the other one is also the I just broke off a a little thing essay. I really do wish there was a backing on these things, something that you could basically, to make sure that your hand, when you're grabbing these things, it just doesn't fall in there and break something off, because they're just tabbed in. They're still relatively easy to fall apart. But okay, so anyway, as I say, here we are. This thing is fantastic. I think it's probably my favorite, with Ollivanders coming in like a close second. But this is probably my favorite just because it's super colorful, and all the detail work is really, really, really good, and everything fits very nice and snug together. Very nice and snug together. And then we have a little bit of action here that we can even do with some interaction with the little tab here, and then the inside. So I had the most trouble with this one of all of them. Maybe that's why I like it the most. But the staircase, there's a few things with the staircase I really had problems with. I still have problems technically with them because it doesn't really line up all that well on the inside after all of that work. I do like how there are multiple layers, so you really had to get all that stuff on the inside and then work your way back out. And I think that creates the best diorama when there's just a whole lot of story going on with it. But I really do like this. As I say, I really do like this one. It's a little bit larger, right? It's a little bit larger. But as I say, all in all, I'm very, very, very happy with all of those buildings. I think they went out of their way. I think there's a lot of room for expansion, like to the Shrieking Shack, to Hogsmeade, to just a lot of things. And the great part about these things is they're not super accurate to the movies, not to the books either. But what they do is a sort of a combination to kind of give you that overall effect, and I think it works. I do think it works. As far as the train was concerned, Hogwarts Express is cool. I love it. It's a beautiful train, the real one they used in the movie. But the model, it's not on my top 10 list at all. I could completely have just had something else. The Platform 9 3/4 was kind of novel, complete waste of time. The Fort Anglia was just useless. There is no reason to have the Fort Anglia. Again, unless you wanted to do that wire coming out of the train and it looks like it's kind of chasing and flying around it. But honestly, I don't like the train enough to where I would even bother working on that. So I think we're in kind of bad shape as far as that concerned. When it comes to these, the only thing that I really would ask, if they do plan on doing any more of these officially, is make them just a little bit bigger. Just a tiny bit bigger. I'm not sure what these scales end up being, but if it were right here, they're all about 7 inches taller or less. Make it about 9 inches tall. It gives a lot more detail work there that's possible, and maybe work on some of the detail a little bit more. I don't know. Maybe there's nothing they can do with it. Maybe they just wanted to make sure it all fit into 4 equal sheets of foam. I'm not sure, but overall though, that would be my only real complaint, and that's not really much of a complaint. I just would, and if I wanted to put a light in there, like an LED, maybe we want to put a little light in one of the bulbs. It gives something, but maybe that's what the aftermarket of us is for, to kind of modify these things and kind of make them a little bit more customizable. But anyway, very happy with that. I'm very happy with that discovery from Costco. I'm going to keep my eye open to see if they ever do show up to find, like anything else for sale. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully this little trilogy of videos here will help you when it comes to building your own. And I guess I will see you next time.